Next on ABC7's Good Morning El Paso weekend, the ashes of El Divo de Juarez are back home this morning. The remains of Juan Gabriel will continue their journey through Mexico today. Another episode of the Battle of I-10 is in the books. UTEP fans have a reason to celebrate this morning as well. And happening now at the Vatican, Pope Francis declaring one of India's most famous women a saint. Storm Track weather, Stephen.
Warm and dry weather here in the forecast for the next couple of days, but then big changes. Details coming up.
It's all the news you need to start your Sunday, September 4th. ABC7's Good Morning El Paso weekend starts right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso weekend.
Well, good morning, El Paso, and thank you for joining us. I'm Andrew J. Polk. Getting straight to your Storm Track weather now. Let's get your first forecast with Storm Track meteorologist Stephen Decatur. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Andrew. Temperatures are going to be warm once again today, thanks to plenty of sunshine. Winds will be out of the south. Doppler radar quiet this morning, and you can really expect it to be quiet all day long. Only an isolated shower or storm, and those will really be confined to the higher elevations. Temperatures warming up to 95 degrees by the end of the day, so even warmer than what we saw yesterday afternoon. Warming above average for the day today, and this is really going to be the same story as we head into the day on Labor Day as well. Rain chances very minimal, just very isolated stuff. Again, chances are you are going to stay dry, but there are changes coming on the way. For now, though, we're staying dry and with temperatures above average, but then temperatures are really going to drop, and those rain chances are really going to go back up. Flash flooding is going to be a threat as we head into the middle of the week, and that's all because of some tropical moisture working our way, and I'll explain coming up. Andrew?
All right, thanks, Stephen. Check back in just a minute. But happening now at the Vatican, Nobel Peace Prize winner and world-renowned nun Mother Teresa is the Catholic Church's newest saint. Pope Francis canonized her today. We have new video this morning from the Vatican. The event is drawing huge crowds in Rome and in India, where Mother Teresa established a mission in 1950. During the ceremony, Pope Francis said that even though she is now a saint, many of us will always know her as Mother Teresa.
Was your model of sanctity. I think that perhaps we should have a bit of difficulty in calling her Saint Teresa. Her sanctity is so close to us. That we will continue to call her Mother Teresa with so much sanctity.
Mother Teresa was 87 when she died in September of 1997. We'll have more on Mother Teresa, including a look at her impact on the city of Calcutta in India, coming up on Good Morning El Paso weekend. And the ashes of music icon Juan Gabriel are back in Juarez this morning, and today they will be traveling to Mexico City. Juan Gabriel's ashes were placed in an urn on top of a hearse with flowers surrounding it. His remains were driven across the downtown bridge yesterday. Thousands lined up and waited hours, many holding signs and singing, some even driving from across the state.
All the way from Dallas, my wife and I, my daughter, and yeah, we're from Juarez, and but we live in Dallas right now, so we came to this event.
And it wasn't just the streets in downtown that people lined up on. As the time went on, even more showed up in front of the artist's home in Juarez, where a mass and celebrations were being held. ABC7's Julio Cesar Chavez has more.
Just a couple of hours, the crowd that was once only a couple hundred people is now thousands strong outside of Juan Gabriel's Juarez home on the 16 de septiembre. Everyone has been singing his songs non-stop, people cheering every time a new song starts, blared over the speakers, his image plastered on screen set up by several news agencies and the city itself. Juan Gabriel's house lit up in bright colors just as he was in life. Everyone here cherishing the day they get to remember and honor El Divo de Juarez.
Juan Gabriel's songs had love. They spoke about love, and love is what we want to spread. She says Juan Gabriel showed the greatness that could be achieved when one overcame adversity, no matter where you're from. Another fan believing although Juan Gabriel's body has died, his spirit lives on in everyone.
And the party doesn't show any signs of stopping even after the funeral mass and the huge concert set up. Reporting from Ciudad Juarez, Julio Cesar Chavez, ABC7.
Meanwhile, across the borderland, the remains of Alamogordo police officer Clint Corvinas are back home this morning. This is video of the motorcade driving down I-25 en route to Alamogordo. Officer Corvinas was killed Friday during a shootout. There's still no official word on exactly what happened, but police say Corvinas and another officer were chasing one man on foot when shots were fired. Corvinas was a 4.5-year veteran with the department and leaves behind an 8-year-old little girl. Joseph Moreno was the man the two officers were chasing. Police say he had 3 active warrants against him. He was pronounced dead on the scene. The little boy who was killed in a hit-and-run crash last week has been laid to rest. 6-year-old Sebastian Angel Fragoso was buried yesterday. Fragoso was struck and killed as he was riding his bike. But during the funeral, many people were in tears, but a lighthearted moment in the midst of sadness as Batman appeared, as you just saw. The boy was a huge fan of Batman. The hero helped lead the funeral procession. His parents say Sebastian was smart, loved to play outside with a full life, and had a laugh that he could light up a room. 53-year-old Jose Brasino is the man police say hit Sebastian. He was arrested last week. He's charged with fleeing the scene and failure to render aid. And new this morning, New Mexico State Police say a pedestrian was killed while walking on Interstate 10 in Las Cruces. Authorities say the incident happened around 3:30 a.m. Saturday. According to officers, 26-year-old Eric Olvera of El Paso was crossing the westbound lanes when a passenger vehicle struck him. Switching gears, the UTEP Miners are victorious after the annual battle of I-10 with NMSU. It was a great night for football at the Sun Bowl. UTEP didn't hesitate to get on the board first. Early on, Aaron Jones with a hands-off, bounces outside, and then goes 40 yards for the 7-0 lead with nothing in front of him there. The Aggies would have put a few more scores on the board, but the Miners would go on to win 38-22. The game also signaled the return of the college football season and, of course, the epic tailgate parties. Fans got to the Sun Bowl early to grill and chill ahead of the big game, cooking up some delicious food as well. For fans, there's nothing quite like spending a Saturday with friends and family and remembering past games.
It just brings back the times when I was in college. Never gets old.
I remember, when going to college here when we lost most of the games.
My dad played 1956.
So what is it about the Battle of I-10 that everyone loves?
Families intertwined over the years, and everybody is definitely only 40 miles away.
We're local. Everybody from Las Cruces and El Paso, we're almost family.
And of course, the college football mayhem this weekend doesn't end there. The Texas Longhorns will be hosting 10th-ranked Notre Dame right here on ABC7 today at 5:30 p.m. We'll have exclusive coverage right here on Channel 7 as former alum Roger Smith and general manager Kevin Lovell will be at the game and bringing us highlights as well as post-game reaction. And finally, be sure to join Trevor Thompson and Luke Liddon today around 9 p.m. after the Texas Notre Dame game for our special on the Battle of I-10. We'll bring you extended highlights of the UTEP New Mexico State game plus the history of it all. And still